Riku. Axel. Vincent. Sir Venom.
Victory, but at a steep price. The town of Yartar lies half ruined, your friend Irina lies dead, and the Lord's alliance is weakened further. Drib Gorhorn has escaped, temporarily, until the arrow of Vincent took him from a distance. The goblins put down their arms and surrendered. The mercenary company of Prestige Sword Coast is in tatters, their leadership having fled and their men having bled upon the Shield Gate and road to Tribor. But you have achieved a victory, and in victory comes celebration. How would you like to celebrate your victory, Roosters?
Well, the town is kind of destroyed, so I don't know how much we can celebrate. You know, just yeah, we gotta figure all that
Where are
out.
we? We're still at Yartar.
We're pretty much done at Yartar. We just gotta like wrap it up with I guess we would send. I was trying to think, because at Waterdeep they got lots of like tradespeople that could help with the rebuilding and materials and stuff. So I think we should like get them to help out with that. You know, like send aid.
Waterdeep's super far though.
Hey, do we is there a teleportation circle anywhere in Victor's property? Or in like the mercenary headquarters or anything?
Not that you've yet seen.
You can ask around and try to find one. If not, Riku, if we full rest, I can just take us anywhere.
Yeah.
Explain.
One thing about like bringing like tradespeople, like craftsmen and builders and supplies and shit back and
Yeah.
forth between Waterdeep and here.
I can do that. It just takes time.
I think it's not that. I mean, we can just send. It's not something that has to happen instantly. Like it takes it's like a 10-day to get here, right? So we can just.
Yeah.
Because the boat's going back. The boat.
But the biggest thing was this was like a hub. So like now that the supply lines are open, then things should start moving quickly, right?
I mean,
Here,
it's
let
got
me
to
bring
be
up
like
the map for
rebuilt.
you.
Like I feel like it'll, like their infrastructure and stuff is. They don't even have.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
good. Yeah.
like they have to have their new. We have to put someone in charge here, and so it's like something that'll take time.
I agree.
Let's see. Bring this up for
Yartar's
you.
As much as I want to turn this into like a city builder, I feel like we should just, yeah, turn this into like Sim City.
You guys are here in Yartar.
Oh yeah, so our territory, our turf, now is unofficially we got Waterdeep. Oh shit, that thing's big. Waterdeep, Yartar, and Neverwinter over here. It's kind of a triangle, also known as Dorito shaped. I just wanted to say that. If you were to make lines that went like that, like our borders.
See.
Like a nacho Dorito.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be clear, you do have teleportation circles at Waterdeep, Neverwinter, down in the Corin Archipelago, as well as the Isle of Moray.
I think we were talking about how we wanted to party last session, and I think this is the celebratory party option. So if we want to teleport back to like our home base and have like a night out, I think that's what we can do.
I think I'm willing to negotiate a little business and pleasure. Because we got to go back to Neverwinter and talk to the Dragon Mans anyway, right?
Yeah. Is there a road that goes from? Because I see on the map, it doesn't look like there's a road that just goes Yartar straight through.
You want to walk back?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, that'd be stupid.
Okay.
Let's go because we have like an army of 2,000 men.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Let me see. I actually do think that there is a road
So
that's not marked on this map. And I'm
Yeah.
just like trying to find it.
So that'd be
Also,
crazy if like you'd have to like go
the
around.
boat is there too, that we could maybe ship some guys onto the boat and down the river.
Yeah, looks
Back
like the
out.
river probably went this way.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
river goes
south.
back
If we
to
can, if you want to
Waterdeep.
send some of them south, Waterdeep,
Well,
and some of them hoof it to Neverwinter.
The
We could split 'em up
soldiers were initially all from Waterdeep, right?
Yeah.
all from Waterdeep.
But you're talking about maybe sending them to Neverwinter?
Yes. Like so not to
Oh.
like now we're not taking Neverwinter, just kind of like they would
Well,
you know.
that brings up a good point. You know what that just reminded me of? Didn't we have some trouble north of Neverwinter we might have to deal with?
Luskin, yeah, the Neverwinter people don't trust the Luskin, the Yar Axel guy who
Let's
runs
go. Let's
Luskin.
go knock on their door and ask why.
Yeah, so that's a good idea. I like that. We could pivot, if possible, the army there, and then start dealing with threat north of Neverwinter while also trying to deal with the book and killing the Lich before he comes back and kills us. Easy.
So we want to go to Neverwinter.
Neverwinter.
Potentially, we're still chatting. This
I
is
yeah, I feel like
on the table.
Neverwinter is the next
Go to
after this.
Neverwinter and check in on shenanigans and maybe have a night out. Go check
but
out
we should-
what's going on.
But agree, but we should first find out if the army can get there. Like, okay.
All right. So where do you want the army to go to?
Neverwinter. But I feel like we should send message ahead to Neverwinter. We don't just want to like march 2,000 men to Neverwinter because they'll think like, oh shit, we're
Of course.
they'll
Yeah.
And why are you asking? So, like, if you're going to make a request of, say, Hansel and the commanders of the army, what is the details behind the request?
we might need them to take them to Luskin. There might be the work of because we're kind of I feel like the whole
We're trying to unite the realm, right?
yeah the Lord's Alliance thing is okay. You want what I want to do like long term like
Yeah.
okay. So basically, I want Riku to convince this army we have, this army of 2,000 Waterdeep people, and to like be our army and not Waterdeep's army. Like kind of not a revolt or whatever, just kind of like there's like a restructuring, and maybe we're the ones calling the shots and not the Blackstaff and those dopes over in Waterdeep. So that if we have to go take Waterdeep with this army, we'll do that. We'll take this Waterdeep army. We'll take our new.
We're just taking over the army, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Or persuading them to be ours.
Yeah.
We lost the Goblin army. Now you want to make sure we don't lose this one.
Oh no, we haven't lost the goblin. We can still negotiate with the goblins. Jeez, yeah, we're just
Okay.
And
I won't jump to conclusions, I guess.
You want
I
to
feel
on this army.
Yes, I feel like if we go to the Blackstaff and we're like, Blackstaff, like this Lord's Alliance thing, it ain't working. She's gonna be like, what the hell? And if she's like, what the hell? I'm gonna fight you guys now. We'll be like, all right, and then we'll just have that army like in our pocket to,
Yeah, and then she's gonna say, "No, they're my army," and then we're gonna go, "No, they're my army."
Yeah,
then we're gonna look at them, and they're gonna go, "Whose side do you want?" So we gotta like get them on our side first.
This is medieval politics, fellas.
Yeah, he who with the army always wins.
Yeah, it's like
All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
We got a long time. Yeah.
Why don't we just we'll put the army like down on the floor in between us and the Blackstaff, and we'll see who they go to. We'll be like, "Come here, army."
Right. No.
Come here, army.
We gotta build up their trust now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Riku's gonna have to roll a really good
reason for them, right? A reason for them to like us.
They
have like a couple commanders.
I want to hear what
they do. Yeah, so let's start with a few different things. One, there is a road between the town of Tribor and, funny enough, the town of Phandalin. So there's a road from here in
the
Tribor that sort of
Tribor Trail.
goes exactly, and it
Uh-huh.
goes all the way back to the high road here, but it passes
Yep.
through places like the town of Phandalin.
And then
So that is one way to get to Neverwinter. The other things that you were discussing, there are 3 commanders of the armed forces of Waterdeep, each in charge of different units or different forces. There's Davison Jonesborough. You know him. He's the captain of the ship, and he is in charge of the naval forces. There's Hansel. He's in charge of the aerial forces. And then there is Yalister Silvermane in charge of the he's in charge of the land
Ground
forces.
troops.
Yes, and Yalister Silvermane, he was known as being mildly involved in some of the events from 25, 30 years ago with Waterdeep Dragon Heist, but sort of just as like a side character.
Okay.
I don't recall how good our relationship is with this Yalister.
My knowledge, I don't think any of you have met him.
Yeah, that's like I don't. This name does not sound familiar to this group.
I feel like
Mm.
we
only
sh-
he
And
sounds familiar
that's
with
what you're
the name
concerned
of
with,
the guy
Link.
that
The
I
most
didn't
is the
like.
ground troops, right?
yeah, I feel like we should meet with these guys.
Well,
Okay.
we know Hansel's basically in our pocket.
Yeah.
And so is like
Cuz
fucking Davidson.
I mean, we've done a lot, and it's not like we're just some chumps that are just showing up and be like,
No,
we're in charge.
We can be convincing if so this is what I was getting at, was that I understand where you're going with this, and
Yeah.
I know the thought process, but my concern is if the way you paint this picture here. Like if you basically tell them to turn on their home, they're not gonna fucking do that. So we gotta sell them correctly, or there's nothing to sell at the
What you
start. It's dead in
sell
the
on
water.
them is, are they safe? Are they better
Without
off
us?
with the current
Okay. That's
people in
okay.
charge or the new people? And we're gonna do it in a way where we're not gonna destroy. We're gonna do it without destroying. We're not gonna. It's
the
a show
roosters
of
are
force. It's not
The
a.
roosters are what's for sale. We're the merchandise. All right.
Yeah.
Riku can handle this.
You can take a city without ever, shooting a shot or whatever.
Okay.
All right, give me a moment here. All right, let's see. I will give you Hansel. I think I have him somewhere handy.
But to circle back, the reasoning for taking them to Neverwinter is because of the issue that's happening north of Neverwinter.
Yes, to us. Yeah, we're not. Neverwinter is our home base. That's our
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can handle this.
Yeah.
All right, give me a moment while I bring in Yalister Silvermane.
I think the Silverman is basically going to be the key here.
Silvermane. That name sounds a lot like that guy that Vincent hates.
I know. That's why I keep getting him confused with.
That was
Silvertooth?
Erwin Silverveins.
I think this guy's a relative of someone from like a previous campaign
Main
of
good,
ours.
veins bad.
Well, both bad, maybe.
Sorry, the token was corrupted. I'm just bringing in a new one.
Oh, you in the courtyard?
There we go. Yep. Yeah, you're up in the courtyard. So
man.
you've got Silvermane here. Do you need Davison Jonesborough? I can bring him in as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's get his that salty dog on land for a little while.
All right. So you've got Davidson Jonesborough, Hansel, and Yalister Silvermane, and I will put his full name here as well. Silvermane. They join you. Yalister is a little bit more of like a weaker looking man than you would have expected. Tight fitting military clothing, human male, white skinned, light skinned, sort of like a bureaucratic affect about him. It's almost like when you shake his hand, weak wristed is the answer that I would give to you. He salutes his associates Hansel, Davidson Jonesborough, and as they address you, and they ask, "So, what is the summons for? How can we help, Roosters?"
See Riku go up and greet Davidson Jonesboro with like a homie handshake, basically. We spent time together. He
Mhm.
gives the homie handshake, goes up, gives his brother a hug, and then kind of just takes a step back and like looks over this other guy head to toe, and then just looks back at the Roosters and then proceeds. He's like, "So, I assume you three are familiar, yes?"
Indeed, they're under my command, says Silvermane.
Well, first off, Lord Silvermane, I just want to say, Riku kind of almost bows, but not quite. Just like gets like nods his head and is like, we appreciate you guys coming to support us here at Yartar. As you can see, it was dire. And without your aid, the day may have been lost, almost certainly.
Glad
Um,
to be of assistance, and what benefits Waterdeep benefits all, as we like to say.
of course, and you know, this won't go unnoticed by the realm as a whole. Not just here in Yartar. Other cities,
Indeed.
other towns will take notice of this as well. And
Yeah.
and we the Roosters, part of what we do here is we're trying to unite the people, if it were. And you know uh we are currently residing in Neverwinter, which is also having some trouble. Not quite as much as Yartar, but we'd like to see this trouble dispensed quickly rather than waiting for things to get into such a dire state as what happened here.
Can I get a deception check? Just as you're saying all this, and it's I just want a few checks just to have in the back of my pocket for a moment. Cool. Okay, keep going.
Um, yes, and as such, you three happen to have quite a bit of sway in what we're trying to do here, and we would appreciate your support and perhaps the continued, at least let's say, short term and perhaps longer term, if things go well. Yes.
Silvermane gives you a sharp look at different times as you say some of these things, like a surprised look. Gives your brother a look. Doesn't really look over at Davidson Jonesboro. Jonesboro seems rather laissez-faire about the entire situation. Hansel, before Silvermane can jump in, Hansel goes, "I think they know of Mert's desires." And Silvermane turns to you and goes, "Then you have spoken with the Open Lord and King Neverember about this?"
Oh yes, of course. We've been eye to eye to this the whole time. We share the same goal, and the Roosters. We are just a means to an end, is what we'll say, and we wish to do the realm nothing but good. After Yartar, our sights are set for Neverwinter. We since that's our home, we especially wish to make sure nothing bad happens there.
Sort of
And
nods.
Hansel here is going to be um, building the new what is their thing called?
The Order of the Gauntlet.
Yes, he will be leading the order of the Gauntlet. And he's going to be the new one in charge of that.
Hansel
And
blushes.
we, we're what's we're in deep with the Lord's Alliance, and yeah, we plan to work together to make the realm a better place, and it starts first in Neverwinter. And we were
It's
just
funny.
hoping that you would join us because Riku's like, I assumed Hansel and Davidson would be joining us. So we were just cordially inviting you next.
You're asking all three groups to go to Neverwinter?
They're in need of aid, just as Yartar was. I don't see the difference. If you're like-minded like we are with trying to unite the realm, then we should aid Neverwinter just the same as Yartar.
All right, make a persuasion check. Okay. You can see confusion across their faces. You see Hansel appearing slightly not embarrassed, but sort of almost. He's almost sort of just like stony faced at the idea of taking over the Order of the Gauntlet. You know, he blushed at first, his face sort of flushed, but then sort of went stony faced. Silvermane looks back at you and says, "Some of these words, some of these plans are rather presumptuous, don't you think, Master Riku? I know, I have no doubt that Hansel here will become a fine commander, whether amongst the Griffin cavalry or whatever else he chooses to pursue. And Waterdeep and Neverwinter owe each other a debt that will always continue to be repaid. But my orders were very clear. I am to tend to the military forces, bring them to Yartar, defeat whatever threat may exist there so that it does not come downriver, and return. I was not told to head off to Neverwinter, and I'm very
Who's,
wary of doing such a thing.
Whose orders were these exactly?
These were
The Black Staff?
Mert, the Open Lord, and the Black Staff. That's correct.
Well, I'm sure I can speak with them and sort this out.
Be my guest. My only instructions were to tell you to simply, if we were victorious, or if I could get you a message, to tell the Lord's Alliance of what happened here. That was all.
Can we do like an insight check? I want to figure.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, what I'm trying to figure out is what kind of what class does this guy? Is he like a nobleman that's like, all right, noble guy, you're in charge of the army now, or does he look like he's an actual like someone who's seen lots of battle and he got the job because he's seen lots of battle, or is he just like a politician who's in charge of the army?
Sure. Because you're from Waterdeep itself, you can actually roll an advantage, Axel.
Okay. Ooh, not much better. No, it's worse. That's worse. All right. So 12 was the better one, but yeah.
Okay. You've heard the name of Yalister Silvermane before. He has been in charge of the City Watch and the City Guard for roughly 15 years. He has served under two different Open Lords at this point in time. Mert and the previous Open Lord. He's supposedly a forthright individual who cares deeply about the city of Waterdeep. He was an adventurer from the country of Cormyr once upon a time. But let me find more of this. He was an adventurer from the country of Cormyr, which is off to the east of the Sword Coast. He remained in Waterdeep after one of his adventures. In particular, it was said that he befriended Elminster, the Great Wizard. And after his adventure, he began to work for the Lord's Alliance. Eventually, he worked his way up and took control of the City Watch and City Guard. And he's not necessarily a noble.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
He's sort of a well-meaning upper middle class individual who found himself in charge, is the way that I would describe it.
Okay. So you got family, Silvermane?
No, not at this time. My only marriage is to the Watch and the Guard.
That's good, because the way things are going, the people of Waterdeep are going to be hurting if people who know what they're doing aren't given a position to make the right choices.
You're trying to threaten him?
Not really. No, no, no. Not a threat. I'm just, I'm just a guy talking to a guy here.
It'd be a real shame if something were to happen to that
What are
fancy
your?
city. of yours.
What I would ask. Axel would ask Silvermane what his end. What's his? If he could have any job, like as far as being in the army, or maybe if he wanted to, maybe he could have his own town. Like, don't you want to like, maybe you could be in charge of your own town there, Silvermane? Don't you?
What are your dreams and aspirations?
Yeah. What do you?
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage, Axel.
Okay. Persuasion disadvantage. This could get ugly.
Like, this seems like a long way to go to just, tell him you're going to kill him if he doesn't listen to us.
He sort of bristles at your words, your demeanor, the things that you're asking of him, basically to go against his directives, his direct orders. He sort of looks at you. Gentlemen, I appreciate what you've done here for the town of Yartar. I appreciate that you share the same goal as Mert, Tenor Hadare, King Neverember, and maybe even those further afield. But I am not a political agent, nor am I a decision maker beyond the here and now. And in this sense, I am bringing my troops home.
Okay. Fine. Take them.
And if I were to live anywhere, it would be Cormier once again. I tell you, that land was beautiful.
What if I get your orders changed? What then?
Then I will follow the new orders. But until that happens, in my mind, it is home that we shall return in maybe a day or two. Look, if you wish to play errand boy and messenger, please go see the Lord's Alliance. They have asked me to relay to you that they would like to know what has happened here. You're probably
Riku
some of the only
laughs.
folk who can teleport to let them know what has occurred.
Riku laughs and says that from what I can see, the only messenger boy here is you. I'll talk to the people in charge. We'll go from there, bud. Riku kind of pats him on the head. And then he looks to let's see. Hansel and Davidson is like, you two with me. And then the rest of the roosters will go gather. We're just walking away from this clown right now.
Okay. You guys begin to walk away. Hansel and Davidson Jonesboro stay where they are.
Okay. Fine.
Hansel's sort of like shuffling his feet, looking down at his feet. And Davidson was like, sorry, you're not the boss right now. He's boss.
Uh-huh.
Bring you guys over here.
Inside.
Well, seems like
I'm assuming that you've rolled Irina back up in the rug, tossed her into the hole.
Yeah. So
So yeah, they're not budging.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. We don't.
No, you really
need-
wanted that army, Axel.
Yeah. It was. You know what?
They came when you called. Isn't that good enough?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. It was worth a shot, though.
I don't know why you need them now.
We're
But
just gonna
they
have to
came when we
finesse
called.
them. We're gonna have to finesse them a little bit.
We need to finesse the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah.
Finesse them, then we get the army.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, why wouldn't they give us? Why wouldn't they put us in charge of the army?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
We are perfectly capable.
Probably
of leading
because the
them.
exact situation I was trying to do.
Yeah, but we could,
Commandeer the army.
yeah, but I'm saying why wouldn't they just give us a section of the army? If we said we could protect the realm.
Oh, so you're looking for a compromise, Vincent? Perhaps this I could actually negotiate. Would that work, Axel?
Yeah, do your thing. I mean,
We had our own little like strike force.
Riku, I'm gonna be honest with you.
What's that?
I'm making this up all as we go.
Aren't we all?
My plan is the plan's a little flimsy, but it'd be pretty sweet if it worked.
Let's
Honestly,
see if we can
same.
get a section of the army and just say, like, whenever any of these major cities, well, we have to get each major city to buy in and donate to the
What I
army.
was gonna say is that we could call up Mert and the Black Staff. We could call them up and ask for just a piece of the army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Just to back us up, because we
All right.
do we like our claim is legit. We're not fucking around like
Oh,
there's
yeah,
people
no, but I have
messing with Neverwinter, you know.
I have an alternate to act. I have a build off Axel's plan. It's like, why don't
Which is
we, if we show up to each major city, which was what, with Neverwinter and the other place and the other place and the other place, and if we are just like, hey, give us like 50 to 100 fighters, and like we
you wanna
build
go
our own
recruiting?
NATO basically. Yeah, like we're just like, hey, do you want to be part of NATO? Like we name it whatever we want, but that's it. Like if they're in, they're in, and we protect them if anything happens. But they have to
Sounds
donate, you know what I mean? And then that's how they all give us the army, and we basically build our empire that Axel wants just by reputation at this point. We have the best reputation. If every city donates like 100 soldiers, we have our own army.
yeah, but why would they follow us? You had to give them a reason. Not just gonna
Because
give away men for no reason.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Having an army
Keep-
sounds a
keep
lot of
everyone
fun, but we
safe.
really don't need one at the
a lot of
moment.
work.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like what Vincent was just describing, having to go protect every city. Like we got our hands full with just like 1 or 2 cities.
I think that the past like 5 sessions you guys have been on, like we gotta take over every city in the whole country and build an empire and have
Yeah.
trade routes and
Yeah. I just
Or,
offered
like,
how we would do it practically.
let's just go like beat up a dragon or something.
I got a griffin to go raise.
All right.
All right. Let's start with going to Neverwinter. How about that? And should I try to convince them to give us a chunk of troops to bring with us?
I don't think. I think you should just let them go back to Waterdeep.
Yeah, okay. Forget this conversation ever. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the Roosters pull the old Irish exit.
All
All
right.
And then and as we're leaving, Riku says, "I'll see you later, Hansel."
You like sort of like peek around the corner, say that, and they're like, okay, bye. And who's casting teleport or teleportation circle?
I can do a teleportation circle.
Yeah, we have one back home, so that's easy. That'll save me a
Alright.
slut. A slut.
Yeah, 'cause teleport's one of your like high level ones, right?
It is a 7, yes.
Yeah, let's not waste that.
All right. Where you at? Riku, where are you? There you are.
Good luck, Yartar. The Roosters were never seen again.
As you teleport into the atrium of your home and business, you
Oh my
hear the
God.
sounds of cards being shuffled, chips being tossed about, wheels being spun, laughter, curses, drinks. Sounds like business is doing well. The crack of the teleportation circle brings forth none other than Mortimer, Lord Morty of Shenanigans. Oh, Roosters!
It's so fucking good to see you. Riku goes up and like picks him up and throws him in the air and catches him.
He's like, oh, no, not the beard, not the beard.
Morty, you don't know how much I've missed you.
Okay, lad. Good to see you. Good to see you. What's going on, guys?
Oh, we just saved Yartar. No big deal.
Saved Yartar. I heard some people who had come down the Tribor Trail saying that there were goblins abound, but what do you mean saved Yartar?
There was a whole fucking army of goblins there, and we just saved the city. Well, what's left of the city. The city's kind of gone, but we kicked the goblins out, didn't we, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck those goblins.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of city left.
Morty, on all our letterheads, add Goblin Slayers to our titles, please.
Done and done.
Thank you.
Sort of looks at you all. So now what?
Good question. What's going on around
Now-
here?
Now we drink.
He sort of looks around. Honestly, shenanigans has been pretty quiet. There's another 500 gold in the bank if you need access to it.
500.
And he sort of looks around.
Morty.
Oh, hold up. There's one other thing that's happened. And he give me a moment. And he sort of runs into the other room.
Riku looks at the group, the boys, and he's like, he's fucking skimming us again.
He comes back as you're like talking amongst yourselves. He hands you a letter. It's like a
Okay.
sealed letter, and it actually has the seal of Aurora's realms on it.
Ah,
Ooh.
I thought they were gone. What is
Yeah,
this?
up on
An invitation to
up on
outer
a
space,
rocket
maybe?
ship.
Riku hands it to Sir Venom because he seems the most excited.
Yeah, so Venom, like you can see, is like hopping up and down. It's like these are the guys that went to the space rock.
I mean, yeah, nobody's seen Aurora's realms back in town. This came through Ariel Aarakocra. Yeah, one of the birds flew through and dropped off the letter. Yeah, I don't know. Do you open it, Sir Venom?
Oh yeah, I like
Okay.
now like while Morty's mid sentence, I just like rip it open.
Using prestidigitation to make yourself a feather letter opener, you slice open the seal. And as you do so, you can tell that it's ever so slightly perfumed with like a nice scent of like lavender and patchouli. That's not unusual for Aurora's realms. As you look at the letter, it's in their official letterhead, and it is a request for assistance.
Woo.
And an invitation to their shop on the Rock of Brawl.
Yeah, we're
The hell
going.
is where the hell is that?
It's the space rock.
No.
We're going to outer space, boys.
Do we
We're
need
gonna
suits?
abandon everything.
Sir Venom just like looks at him. He's like, "Yes, I
Uh,
will abandon this entire realm to go have an outer space adventure."
You know we
Um,
have a lich in our pocket. You didn't hear that, Morty. Riku says.
He's like drinking from a mug. And spit taste. Did you say a lich?
No, never mind.
Oh, okay. Sits back down. The letter continues that if you would like to join them upon the Rock of Brawl, to head to, give me a moment here while I find this. To head to,
Bad. This is not the letter we needed today.
you are welcome to head to the Aurora's realms in Baldur's Gate, if you would like. And from there, they will be able to teleport you directly to the Aurora's Realms shop in the Rock of Brawl.
Pretty neat. And, am I no. Where's did the monkey have anything to do with this
No, the monkey's somewhere else, I think.
Okay.
He's in the Feywild.
Traveling circus in the
Well-
Feywild.
Very intriguing. The Roosters do have a lot on their plate currently though. But I do like this.
Would this be just this would just be a visit? Sir Venom really wants to go.
It's never just a visit, you know that.
Yeah, actually, this might be a good moment to go through a number of the different requests that you have had made of you as a series of
See what's on the
tricky,
docket.
tricky problem solvers, basically. You have a request from Alistair, the head of the Xanatar Guild in Waterdeep, to assist his friend free a realm of the Feywild from a coven of hags
Ooh.
and the tyrannical Tarask that they have basically unleashed upon the area.
That one does sound really cool. But go on.
And that's where we could find the monkey.
Yeah.
You believe that Piccolo, friend of Axel and former friend of Rudolf van Richten, is currently part of the what is this place called? The Witchlight Carnival, Piccolo Witchlight Carnival. That sometimes travels between the Feywild and the material plane, so the Sword Coast, Faerun in general. You're unsure specifically where he is, but you could try to find him. You have... I feel like there was something else. I mean, these are just like the side questy things that I'm trying to list right now, especially because as you are standing about discussing all this in the entryway of Aurora's Realms, of Shenanigans, comes two people that you recognize.
Oh, I knew it.
Thank God you had this set up for us. All right. Oh, excellent. They're actually here. We just had word from folk in Waterdeep that you had left Yartar and that you were on your way back to Neverwinter.
Very
Well,
perceptive of you, Mr. Clanghammer. Here we are.
Hold up. Let's have this conversation in that room, right?
Quiet room.
Yeah, where we don't want people to listen to us.
oh, you guys
Okay.
want to go upstairs?
If that's cool. I
Yes,
mean, Sir
we have a-
Venom's
we have a-
like little thing. So if
We have
it's
a better
cool, that
we have a
would do
better
that.
room. Clanghammer, follow us.
Yeah.
As you are. There.
Yeah, it's a little snug, but it's secure from any type of divination magic.
What the heck is this fish thingy?
He's our sewer friend.
Yeah, it's my
Oh.
buddy.
All right. It will be quite cramped in here. You're around the table, the lead-lined room, and the divination table. As you invite Barrock Clanghammer and Drogan in, they go, Drogan goes, "Oh, I knew not that you were practitioners of the arcane in such a way. Interesting, indeed."
Yes, we don't want any prying eyes or ears to our conversation, so we must come here. Sorry, it's a bit cramped.
No. It's a good call. And Barrack Clanghammer looks around you and he goes, "Well, the Lord's Alliance has been called. It's understood that Tanara Hadare has messaged a number of different lords across the Alliance to ask them to gather by end of day, if at all possible. Myself and Droganson will be going. Would you join us?"
Where is this exactly? We're very busy.
Same place as before.
Was that in Waterdeep?
You don't actually know where it is. It was, by the looks of it, atop like a mountain or something, because
they
you were
just took us there?
teleported there. Yeah, last time.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay. Well, fellas, I feel like we kind of have to go, don't we?
Yeah.
As much as I'd like to stay and partake in the festivities.
Would one of the people there be able to teleport us to Baldur's Gate afterwards? We have a pressing, space appointment that we need to make.
I don't see why not. I mean, we can speak with folk to see if Baldur's Gate is a possible destination for you. Are you guys good to go to the Lord's Alliance meeting, or is there anything else you'd like to do here in Shenanigans first?
Who's Droganson?
He is the wizard advisor to Barrack Clanghammer, who / Lord Neverember. He is one of the many starred circle of wizards here in Neverwinter, who you have attempted to get services from a few different times, and who they've sort of rebuffed you.
Ooh. Mr. Droganson, you like wizard stuff?
Indeed.
I got
That's
this
one way to
guy.
put it.
I want you to meet this guy. Come with me.
What? Oh,
Come follow me.
okay.
Look at this. This guy also likes magic stuff. Maybe you should talk to him for a second.
Oh, hello. He's like working on another clock.
Yeah, I always forget this guy's name.
I don't
I always forget his name too.
want to be a dick and be like, "Hey, why don't you get out?" Okay. So Do we give him the TLDR or the what do we
About the book?
about everything we just did? We were just that whole Yartar situation.
Seems like he already knows.
What
I
were you-
don't know very much. I just know
Yeah.
that the goblins have surrendered. The message from the Black Staff in Waterdeep was rather short.
Okay.
Look, Clanghammer. We're in deep, and we're gonna get you into, unfortunately for you. So, the leader of those goblins is actually a lich by the name of Footrodin. Does that name ring a bell?
Futrodin. Give me a moment, and you can see him beginning to cast a spell. He finishes his spell, and then he says, Futrodin. Oh, that's odd. It's a goblin word for the Undying King.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a lich. The most powerful lich we've ever faced.
Are we
Oh.
sure it's a lich? Let's
It's a-
let me see if
well-
I can get a little more information about this guy, and then I would cast legend lore on him.
You would cast Legend Lore on the Futrodin?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any sort of, what do you spend for that? Like, what's going on here?
It's a. I think I have 3 charges left to cast it.
Okay.
And then it's just where's the spell? Is it 5th level? So I guess I'd have to upcast it to at 6th level. Yeah, name or describe a person, place, or object. Brings to my mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing that I named. Might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore.
Okay.
The more
As-
information I already have about it, the more precise and detailed the information I receive is.
Okay. You cast the spell. It works. You hear in your mind this recitation of a sort of like posh voice giving you details of the Futhrodin as the leader of the goblins who descended out of the Dasaran Valley across the Tribor Trail and into the town of Yartar. And then as it begins to claim the different names, the Undying King, the Maimed One, the Futrodin, static begins to crackle across these names. Make a intelligence saving throw, please.
Uh-oh. Oh, a 5.
Yeah, and as the static crackles across these names, it gets louder and louder and louder, and then suddenly you're holding onto your ears as what was this sort of posh voice giving you this information that you already knew turns into this psychic energy lancing across your brain and dealing a pretty significant amount of damage. It's going to end up doing 3d10, so it's going to be 16 points of psychic damage.
Oh, jeez. Everyone sees me like, reel back and like fall backwards onto like against the wall behind me. And you're like, shit. Like whatever this thing is, it's there's something protecting any information about it. I was starting to get something, but then the feedback got intense.
Give me a wisdom saving throw, please, actually, as well. As you're saying this, you had sort of like droned out, you like pushed away, you took the damage and then you pushed away the drone of the sound. A 17 is not good enough. You begin to hear the drumbeat of a series of words in your mind over and over and over and over again.
Oh, I bet I know what they are.
The whispered one.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me one more intelligence saving throw.
Yeah, this is hardcore.
Intelligence saving throw. 17.
How many hit points do you have right now, Sir Venom?
91.
Please put them to 0. You are knocked unconscious.
Oh shit.
And you see him standing there saying these things to you, and then suddenly he clutches the table in front of him, eventually knees hitting the ground trying to hold on, and he just falls to the floor.
Huh.
Riku uses healing word. You hear Riku's soft voice say,
You actually have to say it because your mic didn't pick it up when
Oh.
you see it.
"Get up, you fool!"
There you go.
Oh, and I like slowly get to my feet. And I'm like, oh my god, like whatever was protecting that guy is no joke.
Yeah. So one thing that happened when we were in Yartar, Mr. Clanghammer, was the boys are telling me I died for a bit. And when I was dead, I was in an underground temple thing, and with that Artemis guy, I'm pretty sure I told you about.
Fury?
Yeah, and Trary. Yeah. And he told me that he had gone. Apparently, the temple I was in Darkon, and it was underneath a wizard's tower. And he said Darkon was ruled by a mad lich. And there was like a Vistani woman who had like a prophecy or whatever that was to leave would be to kill the lich and the phylactery, which I don't know what that means, but everyone's saying that that guy was a lich, and then Sir Venom, because unfortunately, I don't know if you ever met Irina, she's dead.
For now.
Yeah, for now. Sir Venom went to go try to get her back, but she was in a place with there was like a skull that he saw, and then the skull that he saw is the same skull that I saw when I was in this underground temple thing. So
Yeah, like minor illusion up a
yeah,
version of the skull that I
show him the
saw.
skull.
We're not able to recover.
As you
Our
minor
dead
illusion the
friends.
skull, Sir Venom, can everybody please make a intelligence saving throw?
Oh fuck!
Oh.
Are we gonna get fucking wiped?
Oh, only a 10.
You will all take 28 points of psychic damage, another 3d10, and I rolled a 10, 10, and an 8.
And I am down again.
And you collapse and hit the floor. You see Barrack Clanghammer grasp the table and be like, "Stop it! Put it away, you fools! Show me no more of this."
How much psychic damage?
28 points of damage.
This is going terribly.
Yeah, the skull like disappears as Sir Venom again just falls to the floor unconscious.
It's having it rough.
Heck, what's going on, Sir Venom?
He doesn't answer you because he was brought down to 0 hit points. the
I
second
think
time.
I think he's narcoleptic.
There you go. Back up. Get back up.
Instead of getting back up, I just like sit on the floor.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna stay close to the floor in case I fall unconscious again. But let's
Stop showing us images of the skull, fool.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that would happen.
Yeah. Okay. Now we know. Now we know. What are we supposed to do, Clanghammer?
Make an insight check, actually. If you'd
Oh,
like
don't
to.
tell me he doesn't know.
Insight
Oh
from,
my
from all of
God.
us.
Everybody else roll one too. Everybody else roll one. Group
Yeah, like,
insight.
we're all looking at him.
It's
Can
the
we-
psychic damage you've taken, Axel, that you're unable to tell what he's
I
thinking.
got brain freeze.
Yeah, Riku, you can tell. And let's see what. Oh,
Ooh,
Sir Venom, damn.
big.
Okay. As you guys look over at Barak Klanghammer, you see a few different things. You see confusion, you see worry, and eventually, in his eyes, you see a deep seated fear. And he says, well, um, there is one thing that we haven't discussed, and that would be, oh, I don't know how to put this, but I've had this belief for a while now that some greater power, some greater evil has had Neverwinter in its sights. I say this primarily because it's been so quiet for so long. The Order of the Gauntlet held evil and ill omens at bay up and down the Sword Coast so quickly and for so long. We've never experienced peace and prosperity such as this. Travelers move about from place to place on the roads without incursions of bandits or goblins. Evil has receded far deeper into the Underdark than, frankly, than any time in my centuries-long life. And so I have been worried, and it's one of the reasons why I've kept, oh crap, what's his name? His Lich nearby.
Neverember?
Nope. There's never. And I'll just bring his token out really quickly. He's kept There's Never nearby because he's been worried that the greater evil that he suspects is near could be There's Never. But he sort of looks at you all and goes, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's something more than that. He sort of looks at you all and he goes, you know what I am, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
you're a,
You a
you're
dragon.
little dragon, right?
Indeed. But I'm more than just any old dragon. I'm what they refer to technically, due to age and stature, standing amongst my other kin, as an ancient gold dragon. Do you know the stories of ancient gold dragons? He sort of looks across you, searching your faces.
Few shrugs. I have heard
Actually,
things here and there.
if you guys want, you can make history checks or arcana checks. It's either one.
Another one.
History or
21.
Arcana.
All right, so Venom and Riku, you will pretty much have the same
What
amount of
about that?
knowledge. Vincent, we'll start with you, Vincent. Axel, dragons, I mean, you know, being a bounty hunter, you don't really have to know a lot about dragons. If you saw a dragon ever, you thought you would probably just have to run in most likelihood. Not your typical thing that you're going to have to deal with. Gold dragons, ancient gold dragons are the oldest of gold dragons, and gold dragons in particular are said to, well, it's funny. Gold dragons are said to be good aligned dragons, typically speaking, as they are metallic dragons. Chromatic dragons typically are more evil and capricious in nature. Metallic dragons are typically friendlier. And a good example of this would have been Argynvost, the silver dragon that you encountered the spirit of in Barovia.
True.
Riku and Sir Venom, you know that gold dragons are devourers of wealth. Their preferred diet consists of pearls and gems. It's one of the reasons why you suspect Barak Klanghammer in this form prefers to be king, because he can probably, by growing the kingdom of Neverwinter, by ensuring the prosperity of this city and the cities around it, has been able to use the taxes to gather whatever wealth he needs to sate his hunger. They're reserved shapeshifters typically. They value their privacy to the extent that they rarely fraternize with other dragons, and that they typically don't reveal themselves in the way they have to you. And that they also hoard knowledge. That they are the dragons most likely, in the way that silver dragons are protectors, gold dragons are meddlers. That they will meddle in the affairs of humans to help shift and guide them towards what they know to be right and true, and that they seek to assist what they consider to be the younger kin of the world towards a better future.
Ah. I mean, so what I'm hearing is like, he's selfish, but also willing to help others.
Very much so.
He's
Yeah,
selfish, but not a dick about it.
yeah.
And it's a the selfishness comes from a hunger, a deep-seated
Yeah.
draconic hunger for that which is beautiful.
Like he
Yeah, we
wants
share
he
hunger.
wants to eat a giant chocolate cake, but he wants to share his giant chocolate cake with his buddies.
You just want to make sure it doesn't hurt any of you.
And then he has enough for himself.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, this is sort of confirming what Riku's suspicion has been about this guy the whole time, that he's like, he has selfish, needs and wants, but at the same time, he's ultimately good. Like I don't know. He's working for himself, but he's doing it in a good way. He's not gonna he's protecting Neverwinter. Ultimately, that's a good thing.
I would say if you were to put it on the traditional 3x3 grid of like alignment, he's neutral good.
Yeah.
Sir Venom would kind of like side eye Riku and be like, "You wanted to brand a bunch of motherfuckers not too long ago. I don't know if you're the best judge."
Well, I want it to be known what the evils they've committed. We didn't do it. All right. We thought
It's just
about it.
it's just an idea. Just
Exactly.
brainstorming.
Throwing it out there. We never followed through with such plans. But anywho, Clanghammer, we have this lich problem, and yeah, we need to figure out how to kill this motherfucker. Obviously, he seems a bit out of our league. We're not really sure what to do here, how to dispatch him, because we killed him. He was the one leading the goblins. We killed him once, but as you know, these pesky liches, they come back.
We gotta kill the book and then kill him.
Yeah, we actually have the phylactery. We just don't know what the key is to killing it.
You have? Whoa, wait. You have this Lich's phylactery on you?
Maybe.
Are we absolutely sure that the book is the phylactery, or it's like related in some other way?
I mean, we're fairly certain. I feel like we got a lot of clues like recently that that's what it is.
He had the so when we were fighting him, I saw that the book was in his where a heart should be or something.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
And
like
it
his robe. You know how sometimes girls like their a gust of wind will blow up their dress. Same thing happened to him, but it blew open his chest, and we saw the same book we've been carrying inside his chest. So we're assuming that means that's his phylactery.
Ah. I mean it sounds possible, yes. I trust your judgment here. Frankly, I suspect you lot know far more about this than I do.
Yeah. Problem is, we're
Should
just
we,
unsure of how to kill the bastard.
Should we go like dropping it in a volcano, maybe?
I was considering maybe Candlekeep. It's
Cast
the only place that has more knowledge than perhaps Clanghammer here.
Indeed.
Yeah, we've got enough rare books laying around that get in there shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Because I
And-
don't think us in this room, if we can't figure it out, then I think that's our next step. Well, obviously we have to speak with the Lord's Alliance and whatnot as well.
And
It's-
don't forget our space adventure.
Yeah, Drogan,
It's funny as you
Drogan
say
come
this.
back in if you want.
He's actually knocking at the door. He's like, Shenzazim showed me all. He frankly he wouldn't shut the fuck up about his clocks. Can I come back in, please?
Yeah, you're cool.
Yeah, we're about to go to Lord's Alliance. You're taking us there.
He like begins to like squeeze back in. He goes, "Oh, okay. Everybody, come out here then."
Whose room is this, by the way? Is this the Fishman's room? Riku kind of makes himself comfortable in the bed.
I think
this is Sir Venom's.
Yeah, Sir Venom's.
Yeah, this is my bedroom.
Sorry, excuse me. Gets off bed.
Gather,
Yeah, get
gather
out
round.
with your shoes on and everything. I'd go sit in my comfy chair. Or actually, no, I'd sit in my fancy chair at my desk. That's where I'd sit.
As you sit down, Drogon's son begins to cast teleportation circle. Oh no! Don't sit down. Come over here. Come over here.
Oh.
And as the spell concludes, we're gonna drop you off here in the Lord's Alliance.
Wow, look at this place.
And I'll bring you guys. I'll drop you right over here. There are a few individuals who are missing from beforehand. Victor Trahan is not there.
Good. We were about to throw fists if he was.
You realize, so there's a few people. Victor Trahan is not there. Hansel is not there. Jarlaxle is not there. Resolute Feria Jenks is not there.
What about my dad?
Your dad was not a part of this alliance. He was part of he's a masked lord in Waterdeep, whereas this is like the lords and people of all of these Sword Coast cities.
Ah,
So
we're above him now.
Kinda, yeah. So let me put a few folks into their spots. Tenor Hadari actually remains over here. Bear Klinghammer. So yeah, you notice that there are 3 empty seats, and it takes you a moment to realize who the empty seats belong to, but they would be Resolute Feria Jenks. She is the leader of Elturel, which is supposedly where a large mushroom infestation has taken root. Jarlaxle, who was the leader of Luskin, a former drow, a male drow from the Underdark who rose up to lead the city, and then obviously Water Baron Victor Trahan.
Riku, why don't you go take Victor's seat?
Riku says, look, they left some seats for us, gentlemen.
As you say this and begin to take these seats, some of the lords look at each other, and Mert just like waves his hand. Yeah. Take whatever seats you can. Gather in. Drogon's son, Tenora, just welcome to join us as well. Bring you guys in.
Who's the like the chairman of the board as of this operation?
At this point, I think it's probably High Mage Methramar Arasume, and he stands and he goes, "Roosters, we've heard that you've saved the town of Yartar. Message came through Silvermane to Mert. Tanara Hadare passed it along to all of us. I would like to recap and understand what happened there, if you don't mind, as well as ensuring that we're all on the same page for what has happened across the Sword Coast. Would you be okay relaying your tale?" And he sort of looks at the 4 of you. And you don't have to like relay the entire tale. You can just say, you guys cast exposition.
He wants a tail, Riku.
All right.
Pull out the guitar.
Riku kind of looks them over. He's like, "Would you like this tale formal or informally?" As he pulls out his lute.
Grand Duke Aloric Whitmirth sort of smiles and he goes, "I've always time for a good song and show, but maybe as quickly as possible on this one, Bard."
Sure. Another time then. Riku smiles, puts away his instrument. Sure. I'll give you the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Maybe I'll leave out the details about us knowing about the Lich and stuff. We'll just say it was, the strong, their leader, call him that, the Foot Roden. We dispatched him.
Okay. You relay everything that happened, the flight of the Water Baron. You see their faces sort of fall at some of these pieces of information. But at the end of it, they all quietly applaud you briefly for a moment and say, Roosters, your help is greatly appreciated. The lives you saved, the strategic location of Yartar, it has probably saved our alliance on some level. All I can say is thank you. And they all sort of look about, well, news amongst the Sword Coast? Yes, and at this point, individuals begin rising and telling of the status of their cities. Baldur's Gate has begun to see a creeping of the degradation of the countryside in Elturel towards the city of Baldur's Gate. It's slow at first, but it is this consistent growth of fungi and rot and mushrooms on everything and everywhere. Spores that hang in the air, the wind that does not move and toss them about. There is just this level of corruption almost slowly creeping towards the city of Baldur's Gate. At this point in time, they think it could be years still before it reaches the city, but they're very wary of it, and they daily send out patrols to monitor it. No creatures.
You guys might want to go scorched earth when it comes to this fungus.
High Mage Methramar Arasume says, yes, I think the bard's right. And Grand Duke Aloric Whitmirth, who is the leader of Baldur's Gate, has been standing and talking about this. We have attempted to use fire against it. It appears very little touches it. Radiant magic appears to be more effective than most things. At this point, the sages tell me it is almost assuredly fiendish if nature, if not definitely demonic. They do believe it to be linked, most likely, to none other than the demon goddess herself. Her name would be Zugdmoy.
Yes. Can confirm that is Zugdmoy's handiwork.
Oh, that's right. Some of you believe you saw her. Is that correct? Some as a baby, a child.
That's
Yeah,
right.
The evil mushroom baby.
Sort of look across each other. Oddly terrifying.
Zugdmoy has returned.
Grand Duke
Is-
Aloric Whitmore
It's in our
sits.
realm, no less.
They sort of look across each other. I suspect this is a problem we will need to deal with. Although the lack of its aggressive nature at this point towards the city of Baldur's Gate gives me some hope that we can attend to other things in the meantime. And he looks across the lords. At this, Mert sort of rises and he says, well, our problems have been solved thanks to these folk. He points at you, the roosters. We know that one of our former masked lords, who had sold his soul to none other than the Lord of Devils himself, was taking the lives of some of our lords, though the details are strangely, just odd. So strange and bizarre. We think that he was being told that some of them had signed devilish contracts, fiendish contracts, but we don't think they actually had. And actually, you tried to raise them back from the dead, isn't that right, Sir Venom? And you couldn't do so?
I did. It was like someone else already laid claim to their soul. And then the same type of thing happened when we were trying to revive one of our allies who was in no way related to whatever demon devil shenanigans you lot have going on here.
So something's going on in the soul realm right now, where they're being blocked from coming back once they perish.
Mert sits back down at this, and it's actually the Messiarch Dorian Salemchant stands, and he's the Messiarch of Amun, the country below Baldur's Gate, and he says, "This rings a bell. About 20 to 30 years back, there were rumors of such a thing happening down in Chult, that adventurers and clergy, hierophants, and bishops said that they could no longer raise the dead. There were a number of rich families, I remember, who went in a panic, trying to discern why such a thing had happened. And I do believe I remember them sending adventuring parties down to the land of Chult, and the issue being resolved. Something to do with a lich's tomb, siphoning souls before they could reach the afterlife. If I had to guess, maybe Chult might hold answers to some of this.
It could be worth looking into.
Then Riku kind of, looks back at the group and says in a hushed tone, I think we might know something that could be siphoning souls as well. And then he's like, yes, very good information. Very much appreciated.
No problem, no problem. Amon is at peace. Trade routes are still open. Nothing of consequence in my country at this time. Sits back down. At this, the High Mage Methramar Arasume stands. Drow raiding parties have scaled back their incursions into the surrounding areas of Silvery Moon, but we have another problem. And at this, I can bring up the Sword Coast map if you guys need, but he says the dwarf city of Mirabor has gone silent. And you kind of hear gasps around the room as everyone hears this news. And I'll just bring up the map so you have an idea of what's happening here. Silvery Moon is here. Mirabar is here. Mirabar declined our invitation to join the Lord's Alliance, as you all know, and yet we still remained fair trading partners with them. It's easier for us to trade with them just due to the fact that we have a direct tunnel connection through the Underdark, under the Evermoors and through the Lurkwood, to where they are. Now, obviously, such a place also passes by direct tunnels that lead to Menzo Baranzin, to the north and west of Silvery Moon. Our understanding, and well, the only reason we know this is because no scouts have returned, is that Menzo Baranzin has almost assuredly put Mirabar under siege, and for all we know, it could have fallen. Those who attempt to go there do not come back. And he sort of, there's actually a map in front of you all as he says this, and he sort of like uses like a little bit of magic, and he puts the following area under. I will give you sort of like a swath of area that he believes the Drow have now captured. Here.
And they're the ones who also run Luskin?
Unclear at this time. All you know is that Jarlaxle has fled Luskin.
I thought we heard word that Luskin was like attacking Neverwinter, or going to.
There were beliefs that Luskin could begin to attack Neverwinter. Because of the Drow taking control of some of these areas of the Underdark and now attacking Mirabar, attacking Silvery Moon, and because Jarlaxle was Drow, there was a worry that he would side with them. There was no official word of such a thing.
All right. So it seems clear, lords, that we have a problem north. That if we do not take care of this problem, it's going to spread further south.
The leader of Baldur's Gate also gets up and sort of draws a circle around the area in Elturel to the south, where he knows there to be an issue, roughly speaking, that Zugmoy has caused. Yeah. And then finally Mert stands up, and with the help of Tenora Hadare, draws a third circle. The one that you resolved. That was basically took up the entire Desaran Valley.
Well, it would so happen that we have an army station at Yartar. Perhaps we could move this army further north, and we would be happy to lead the forces. My brother is actually in charge of the Griffin Riders, so would be.
You see Mert look at you rather sharply and in surprise. Excuse me. I believe that I speak for the forces of Waterdeep, Riku. There's a
Well, I was
chill.
just simply making a suggestion. You know, I thought the whole point of this was to be allied, an alliance. Yes. Are we just going to leave our friends in the north hanging dry?
You see a nervousness from Grand Duke Aloric Whitmirth. The forces going from Waterdeep to the north would pull them away from Baldur's Gate and the ability to aid me and my people. And I do worry about this demonic invasion. I would argue that this is of more consequence. At which point, High Mage Methramar Arasume sort of jumps up and goes, "Whoa, we have been directly attacked by Menzo Baranzan and the Drow. I do believe that I am already under war, whereas you see a threat on the horizon, Grand Duke." Go
I
ahead and
agree with the
make
High Mage.
a persuasion check, Riku. So you're going to agree with the High Mage?
Yes, we should go north.
All right. The Grand Duke looks struck at your words. Mert sort of looks at both of you, all three of you.
It's not only because of what they're saying with the that it's more pressing because they're under attack now. It's also a matter of strategy. Our forces are closer to the north than they are to the south currently, so it would take less time to get there and assist and aid. Why not help with like she said, a problem today instead of trying to prepare for a problem tomorrow?
Mert sort of stands up angrily at this. I don't disagree, but are you to tell me that I'm to send my men, our people of Waterdeep, down into the Underdark to fight for dwarves who don't even wish to be allied with us?
Do you think if we save them that they're going to continue to ally with us? We're going to gain even more forces from protecting them. We're trying to unite the kingdom as a whole. Don't forget this, Open Lord.
High Mage Methramar Sume stands. In fairness to Mert, his troops are almost assuredly not prepared for such an incursion.
But they'd have us.
Mm,
Is there nothing to prepare them more?
High Mage Methramar sort of laughs. He goes, "You are clearly very capable, Roosters, but I an army of drow is very different than an army of goblins."
Agreed.
What about an no? I don't know. Sidebar.
Okay, Riku holds up the timeout symbol with his hands.
And Mert they all sort of look at you. Actually, I could use the time to clear my head. And he sort of gives himself some space. He and Tenora Hadara go over here. Drogon and Barrack go over
All right,
here.
huddle up, boys. Huddle up.
All right. So Trouble to the North is in was it like the Underdark?
Here, I'll bring the map back.
And the Trouble to the South is the creeping
Trouble in the north could come to Neverwinter. That's why Riku wants to take care of that.
Yeah. But he said that if we sent an army there, they wouldn't be very equipped.
You can make them equipped.
I don't know. I want to tell the army what to do, but I don't want to hold their hand every time they have to go to fight. Like,
okay,
if we could tell them to go somewhere and then we do the other thing, then that would, Because every time they have to be able to fight on their own at some point. You can't like just be like, all right,
They had some decent generals and stuff.
yeah.
How's this? Let's take our 5-ish minute break now. Let's reconvene in a few minutes, and you guys can keep having this discussion. We'll continue to role play this out and see where we get with it. But for now, let's step away. Let's take 5. Let's jump back into your conversation here in the Lord's Alliance.
So the high mage guy, his problem is the one in the north.
Yep. Here, I'll put them in their sections of the room
Okay.
where they like on the map, like where they would be.
Okay. And so is his land under attack, or is it? Because it sounded like the Underdark thing is that in order to fight we'd have to send an army into the Underdark.
Yeah, that's correct.
So does he live? Does he live in the Underdark?
Nope. Silvery Moon is a city above ground. It actually, Riku, go ahead and roll a history check for me because you studied there for some time.
That's where my school was.
Yeah.
Deuce.
Oh, 22. Very good. Let's see. Silvery Moon. Silvery Moon was the prime signatory state of the Confederation of the Silver Marches, and therefore viewed as the capital of the area. For years it was ruled by the High Lady Illustrial Silverhand, a powerful wizard and one of the 7 sisters, supposedly the most powerful individuals in Faerun, and also known as the Chosen of Mistra. The 7 sisters included one of who was Illustrial Silverhand, but also Laeral Silverhand, former Blackstaff of Waterdeep. Or Blackstaff and Open Lord, because you guys in the other campaign knew her as the Open Lord. But Silvery Moon is a city famous for its traditions of magic. It's home to many notable wizards, sorcerers, and mages. It does hold a bard's college. The structure of Moonbridge, which spans the center of the city across the river, was made by magic itself. So created and held up by magic. And actually, let me see if I have an image of this that I can share with you in Owlbear. Here's a cool little picture of Moonbridge.
It is cool.
Other things to know about Silvery Moon is that it has roughly the same size population as probably like Neverwinter, 40,000 people, give or take. It is bifurcated into a north and a south bank by the river Rauvin. It regularly trades with Sundabar, and Sundabar is a citadel of dwarves, but that fell quite some time ago. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here that you should know about this place. Nope. No, that's probably about it.
Just because the drow are in the Underdark doesn't mean they're not a threat to the surface.
Exactly.
It's what
Yeah, but
what
so it sounded like in order to fight the drow, though, we'd have to go into the Underdark, and we're not really like. We'd have to like invade them to stop them from invading Silvery Moon.
Well, it sounded like they were actively expanding. So we could go to like the border of their territory, and because are they assaulting the people on the surface, or are they just sticking to the Underdark?
They are raiding surface villages that are under the protection of Silvery Moon. but
Yeah.
they are not actively raiding. I mean, there's been one or two drow parties inside Silvery Moon itself, but they've done minimal amounts of damage so far, as High Mage Methramar Arasume has told you. At this point, though, they are threatening Silvery Moon in general.
Yeah, they're attacking the
So
ground.
okay, so I would say we send the army to Silvery Moon without us, and then we go to Baldur's Gate and
Try to kill Zugmoy.
do the Zugmoy thing, and also it sounds like we're going there anyway because to do space stuff.
Space
So
stuff and potentially Candlekeep to get answers.
so yeah, I mean, so did we leave? Yeah, because those
Okay, I like that. We could send army north and we go south.
yeah, because we can't. Every time the army goes to fight, we can't be there. So let's see. Let's
True.
give them a test.
I do
Yeah.
like I like this. Because then we can please everybody because we're actually, we're helping all parties, right?
Yeah, we can bring Open Lord into this conversation so we don't make him look like a fool in front of all the other. Yeah.
You want to grab Mert now to tell
Yeah,
him
get
what we
Mert,
plan?
get Mert in, this circle. Oh, I guess yeah, Blackstaff can come too because she's water deep. So
Okay.
yeah, tell him, Riku.
So the new plan is we will divide our forces. And we're going to lean on our strengths here with we're going to send the army north from, since they're already in position at Yartar, we'll have them assist the northern invasion of the Drow to hopefully put it to an end, or at least slow them down for more forces to arrive, while we, the Roosters, will assist the threat to the south with the Zugmoy invasion. We will personally dispatch this demon and do away with that threat. Continue north once we've dealt with that.
Mert sort of hears all this.
And we can rally more troops to help with the north if need be in the meantime as well.
I would be willing to do this only under one condition. Half of my troops are sent back, and the other half of that troop fulfillment is provided by Neverwinter.
I think
So if you
we could talk to Barrick. I think he'd agree. Let's bring us to the table. Yeah.
All right. He sort of waddles off. He looks a tired old man at this point in many ways.
So, Mert, if you'd like to share with the rest of the lords what you were discussing with us.
Steps forward again. Waterdeep is willing to send half of our troops northward to help root out and protect Silvery Moon and to investigate whatever is going on in Mirabar. The other half of our troops will return home to Waterdeep. That said, we would request an equal contingent of troops from Neverwinter. Would that be acceptable, Barrack Clanghammer? Riku, do you have anything to add to this?
Riku is like, what Mert speaks is true. I believe this to be the best course of action. While the Roosters, we will venture south to face Zugmoy head on and dispatch this threat before it grows any further.
Messiarch, Dorian, Salem Chant, and Grand Duke Alaric Whitmirth sort of both look surprised at such an offer. But what can four of you do against a demon goddess?
We've done more with less, Riku will say.
Make a persuasion check. Pretty good. High Mage Methramar Arasume stands as Mert sits back down and Arasume says, I see no better course of action at this time. We will at least gain some level of information by going south and by sending the army north. And frankly, I think it's this that we need more than anything at this point in time. We know not if these forces are going to hit us, but we have to stop our numbers from dwindling. We really cannot afford to lose more places. Roosters, what you did for Yartar ensures that it will rebuild. But it is weakened, and by its weakness, we are weakened.
You can rest
Sort of
assured
looks-
those goblins won't return after they saw what we did. They'll never come back.
He nods. That is appreciated. What we need now is to squash at least one of these problems. Roosters, thank you. You have something to say, Vincent?
What was that?
I was wondering if you had something to say.
Making some
No.
kind of lizard noise or something.
Turtle noise. They all sort of look around. So then it is decided. The roosters will go south. The army shall go north. Is there anything else that we should bring to the alliance's attention? Sort of look around, look at you guys.
Well, I think that's it. Sort of covered all the bases.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if that worm Victor tries to weasel his way back, he ran
Oh,
away
right,
like a
yeah.
coward
Mm.
when Yartar was under attack.
That's true. Let it be known, Victor Trahan not welcome in any city, any port.
Well,
Forever branded a coward.
I think he's just not in charge of Yartar anymore. He's lost his seat at this literal table.
Understood. They
And
sort
the
of like
silver
look.
tooth guy. Coward.
Yes, him as well.
Let it be known.
Yeah.
Sort of
For the
look at you
record,
guys.
the new Lord of Yartar is Riku. Just so everyone's.
Suppose I could be acting Lord.
Yeah. Just take it, Riku.
What is
Everyone
it
sort of-
called? What is it called when someone's like a
You're not a
steward? Is that what it's
usurper.
called?
Oh yeah, steward. Sure. They're gonna call yourself a usurper. No, you're.
Yeah, I'll be the steward of Yartar. It's just a formal position until a true ruler is put instead. I
This
wish
guy.
not to rule it.
Everyone sort of looks around. High Mage Methramar Arasume had still been standing, looks at everyone. Shall we put it to a vote? Everyone sort of nods. All in favor? And Riku, go ahead and roll one last persuasion check to see if you've swayed them appropriately.
How's that?
And unanimously, they all raise their hands. And they will put you as steward of Yartar.
I'm a steward.
Yeah. You're the money guy.
Yep.
Here.
Steward Riku.
I just remember I told Morty to add to her like all her business cards, Goblin Slayers as to her titles as well.
Mm-hmm. Be like the CEO.
Riku, steward of Yartar, slayer of goblins, roosters. Like I just want it to be silly. All our
That's a fair
Titles,
amount of titles. Yeah.
titles by the end, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Breaker
Well,
of
Maybe,
the fourth
maybe
wall.
saviors of Yartar. I like that better than goblin slayers. You know.
At this, Tenora Hadari says, well, roosters, where to?
I think we're hitching a ride with Baldur's Gate guy, right?
Blackstaff can come. You're more than welcome.
Oh
to
yeah,
come.
she can. Yeah. This is
Well,
We might have something to fill you in on.
Hey, Riku, make a move.
Yeah, come a little closer. But But yeah, no, we're going to Baldur's Gate, right?
Yeah.
Indeed, we are.
All right.
Let's gather around and do this. To everyone else, speedy return and best of luck. I don't have anything for Baldur's Gate totally prepared. Give me a moment.
What?
What other space is it? Can we like be like go to this guy and be like, hold up, give us like, you know, because that's Baldur's Gates where we had to go to do the space rocks,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah. I mean, I guess the question in my mind is more um, like, what do you guys want to do next? Like, do you want to go to Baldur's Gate to go to Aurora's Realms first? Do you want to go to Baldur's Gate to go straight towards Elturel? Like, what are you looking to do specifically?
we are going to Baldur's Gate since it's a city we've never been to. Like, do you not? Is there nothing like? Could we at least go there
I
to our
don't
realms?
even. What's I could bring up in Aurora's Realms.
Yeah,
That's not an issue.
we'll tell the guy, look, this mission you just gave us, we need a few days here to prepare. We can't just like, you know, do this
It's
overnight.
true. We just saved one city. We need a
So
little bit of a.
let's go see our
Yeah.
homies at Aurora's Realms, which is what we always
Okay.
do. First, every city time we go to a city, we're like, what you got? Show us your wares. You know, we hit that trade button,
Okay.
and we go to buy all their potions.
All right, give me a moment here. I'm gonna download a map for Baldur's Gate, and we'll do this with like a bigger map for
Yeah.
now.
I guess this happens when like it's like an open, literal open world where it's like, what do you, what city you
Oh
want to
yeah.
go to? It's like,
Oh yeah. It's there's very little prep that I was able to do for tonight on some level because like you guys could have gone in any of these directions and I was just
Yeah.
like, we'll figure it out. How's this? We'll do this. We will bring all of you to Baldur's Gate. And I'll just drop in your character token, the group token here. So big. And as you arrive in Baldur's Gate, you are brought first and foremost to I'm gonna drop you probably in the
Nothing about
wide.
Baldur's Gate.
So you are dropped in the upper city in the wide by Tenora Hadare, and Aloric Whitmirth says, "Excuse me, but I must be on my business." As you look about, the wide is very clearly a district of merchants and an open-air market bazaar, effectively. You see Baldurians of many types and sizes. Frankly, there's a feel to it that is very similar to Waterdeep as you look about. But there's a slight bit of a difference in accent. It's almost like a New York accent versus a Chicago accent. Folk in Waterdeep are a little more polite. Baldurians are a little rougher around the edges, from what you
more
can tell.
like, hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah, exactly. There is a musky smell that permeates this area, as well as a scent of spices, tobacco, and roasted meats being prepared throughout different stalls. As Tenora Hadare goes to leave, she goes, "Oh, and I do believe that Aurora's Realms, I believe that they've taken up a spot somewhere over by, I don't know, the House of Wonders or something. So maybe a few blocks that way. It's been a while since I've been to Baldur's Gate. Not my cup of tea. But anyways, adieu. Have a good one." And she teleports away.
nice. Yeah, I think Axe will be at home in a city like this. All right. So let's go.
Should we go find these people?
Yeah, let's go find them.
All right. You make your way through some of the side streets of Baldur's Gate, and unlike Waterdeep, which is substantially more planned and well, just like well planned with its wide boulevards and the way in which it's laid out. Baldur's Gate is a little bit more of a warren. Some of the streets are sort of a maze, but you are eventually able to make your way rather quickly to what you believe to be the House of Wonders, a large temple with the symbol of Mistra upon it. And across the street, you see a familiar symbol for an Aurora's Realms.
Hey, look at that, Riku says.
Upon entering Aurora's Realms, you are greeted by a typical number of individuals. I'm just going to use this one for now. You're greeted by basically exactly what you would expect in any Aurora's Realms. Wizardly looking folk scribbling in notebooks, comparing spell notes, comparing magical items. Ah, yes, how can we help you?
We're the Roosters. You don't know us?
Oh, the Roosters, indeed. No, we know exactly who you are. Yes. We were told that you have transport to the Rock of Brawl office. New branch. I can't say I've ever been personally, but I believe that a friend here has. Are you good to take them? And this gnome sort of swells up and he goes, "Oh yes, I can take them. I can take them."
Well,
Well,
before we go, should we take a look at the wares here? See what you guys have for sale?
Yes,
We-
of course. Yes.
Yeah, we could at least use whatever healing potions you have. But show us the menu. Let's see what you
Um,
got.
I mean, you can buy 10 potions of healing. They've got 4 potions of greater healing if you would like. Um, and those are typically priced at potion of healing. Potions of healing are 50 golds a piece. Greater healing is 150 a piece. So that's going to be a total of 600 for the greater healings and then 500 for the potions of healing. The other things that they have, this is going to be a little different than some of the other things that you have seen beforehand. They have on hand a Lantern of Revealing, and I'm just going to begin to put these in the chat so you can look them up yourselves. There will be a Wand of the War Mage. A Ring of Evasion. An Ioun Stone of Sustenance. Along with any scrolls that you could imagine under third level and under, and the following. Let's see, as well as quite a bit of armor and other things. I'm gonna dump like a relatively big list. The things that I gave you were relatively straightforward, or the things that I gave you were like the uncommon magical items. The second things that I'm posting here are more of their common magical items. So an elixir of health, you're going to buy their potions of greater healing. They have a potion of resistance, cloak of protection, ring of protection. There's a number of different things here, right? So if you have any interest in any of those, you may purchase them as well. You just have to let me know if you want to buy one. We can figure out the price.
What grade is the Wand of the War Mage?
Wand of the War Mage. It is a rare one, so +2.
How much?
The Wand of the War Mage. Is 4,800 gold.
Okay.
And it does require attunement. The Ion Stone is 1,000 gold.
Huh. That one makes you don't need to eat or drink.
What about the Ring of Evasion?
Ring of Evasion. That is 5,000 gold.
That looks like a pretty nifty item too.
It's a good one if you have a spare slot.
So the beauty of this at this point in my mind is like, I don't like you guys can buy, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter to me how you build your characters. I want to give you plenty of choices. But you have to make those choices at this point, right? Like you're coming up on like opportunity cost issues more than anything.
Yeah. So all my attunement slots are accounted for.
Yeah, I've had my same items time. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I all three of mine are kind of up, can be replaced pretty easily. What about the Ring of Protection?
The Ring of Protection, 3,500 gold.
Okay.
You want more AC?
I mean, if I'm gonna like tank, wouldn't be terrible to have more AC.
Tank that psychic damage.
Plus, what do I like? Two of my attunement slots are good luck stones, and then the
Really?
third is yeah. So I have two luck stones and the slippers of spider climbing, which like I can fly, so I don't really need the slippers of spider climbing. Let's see, and I have let's see, and I can sell the all the assorted gems that I got from Loot and Victor's room. I had 500 gold worth of that. Is it okay to just convert that into gold?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see.
And then we'll let me know when you're ready to move on to the Rock of Baral, and we'll teleport you there.
And it's 1,100 for all those healing potions, right?
Yes, I think that sounds right.
Okay. Is anybody low on heals?
I don't think I have any healing potions left.
All right.
I think I
there's-
still have a good amount.
Okay.
I have three
So it's-
smalls.
Yeah, it's 10 regulars and 4 graders.
Then I have 3 greater,
Oh wow.
and I have 1 superior, and I also have 1
Jesus.
supreme.
Oh god damn.
Okay.
You guys gave me a lot the last few episodes. I've been drinking them too.
If you don't have any Sir Venom, why don't you take 5 of the regulars?
I do a lot of healing while we're in battle.
And then I mean we get 4
Spells.
graders. You said how many? I guess if there's 4 graders, we each just get 1.
So add one more grader.
Yeah. So if Sir Venom takes 5, then we got 5.
I mean, someone can take 2 if someone else could take another because I have 3 on me. Like I don't.
2 of the graders. What do you got, Vincent? I'll hold
He's
up.
got 6. He's
6.
got 6 potions of healing. I just combined them into one for you, Vincent, and then 1 greater.
Okay. Okay, so he gets a grader. I think everybody take a grader, and then
All right.
Sir Venom get 5 of the regulars, and Riku get 5 of the regulars.
Start popping them if I'm gonna have so many.
Yeah. That's That's
So how many more regulars?
you get 5, Sir Venom gets 5, and then everybody gets
Okay.
1 grader.
Question about the boots of speed. Does
Yeah.
that would that only apply to walking speed, or would that apply to my flying speed as well?
I have been letting it apply to flying speed for Riku when he's on his broom, for instance. Therefore, flying speed is okay.
And how much are those?
Boots of speed, 4,000 gold.
Yeah, it doesn't say specifically which speed. It says double your speed.
But I feel like that's always useful to have.
Double speed, of course.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I always feel so like slow
Well,
with
just
you and
because you see what
Axel.
I'm
It's
doing,
like,
and
well,
and then I
between
haste.
you and Axel, like just zipping around everywhere.
We have to remember I'm also hasting, so it's like I have insane speed.
True.
So there's no way you catch me.
Okay, so I'm
Axel
thinking
laughs.
definitely
Because if you hasted, you catch me. You go faster than me.
definitely want that wand of the War Mage.
Okay.
You said that was 4,800.
Yes, that sounds right.
If I'm buying like, if I'm dropping like close to 10,000 gold, am I able to like haggle it all for any type of discount?
You can attempt to do so. If you'd like to make a persuasion check, go for it.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm about to, we drop a lot of money here. We help you guys out. I'm about to drop another bunch of money here, and I'm not very persuasive.
They're like, we know what you've done for Aurora's Realms, but I'm so sorry, sir. The prices are the prices.
Okay.
Venom's given a small fortune to Aurora's Realms at this point. I guess the Roosters as a whole.
And then do I want... Yeah, I think I'll get the Boots of Speed as well.
Okay. All right. Anything else that you guys would like to do here in Baldur's Gate at all?
Uh,
So
I'm good.
how much? 200 platinum would be 2,000 gold.
Yes. Yeah.
You gonna get the ring too?
I've only got 1,600 gold left over. So I would definitely... the difference between like the Luckstone is +1 to ability checks and saving throws, and the ring is +1 to AC and saving throws. So I feel like with my AC already 23, having the +1 to ability checks is pretty nice.
Fair.
Like having +13 to insight and perception is pretty sick.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to do here in Aurora's Realms or Baldur's Gate, or should I move us along?
Good to go.
We're good.
Okay. All right. They teleport you to the Rock of Brawl.
Whoa.
And as you teleport to the Rock of Brawl, you find yourselves in an Aurora's realms.
Rick.
But
What?
it's at the top of a tower in an Aurora's realms. And this tower gives you a little bit of a vantage point over the city. Actually, it's right here. And I'm going to mark it on here just so we know always where Aurora's realms is going to be. I'll just put it where you guys are here. And as you look across the city, it is truly a rock floating through space. On one side of the city, you can see effectively what is a large walled palace. It seems that it has some level of grounds sloping downwards towards what appears to be some sort of lake, upon which one or two vessels floats, and you can see piping drilling down into the lake, and you suspect that the water from the lake gives the city its water. In the astral sea about, you can see ships floating and flying about and landing and docking on the exact opposite side of the city. Vessels without sails, but with wings. Through the city, you see a number of different people moving about. Elves, dwarves, dragonborn, humans, gnomes, halflings, all the sort of folk you would expect. A few tieflings here and there. You also see large hippopotamus-looking individuals. Creatures that, if you'd like to make an Arcana check, I'll tell you whether or not you recognize them.
We're gonna do that.
I recognize everything.
Sir Venom, you do know them as the GIF people, GIFF.
And I'm like bouncing up and down, like, oh, those are the gift. They're like space hippos, and those are astral ships. They're like space, they're like regular ships, but they're in outer space. And like Savannah just barely contain his excitement.
You see a number of individuals walking through the streets with yellowish tinged skin, ears like elves. You recognize them as Githyanki. And there are other folk that you see, but from a distance are a little more difficult to make out. As you descend this location at the top of this tower into the actual shop of Aurora's Realms, the attendant bids you farewell. You are in a new Aurora's Realms. It is actually closed for the evening, though you were expected. They sent a message ahead, and they usher you out and onto the street. You are in the Rock of Brawl. What
Could
would
I
you
have,
like to do?
during like our walk or whatever, could I have spent a minute casting Aura of Vitality to get some of my hit points back?
Sure.
Because I only have 8 hit points. Let's see. So I get. So I cast it 10 times. 10d6.
What?
And there's 2 1s. $37. That doesn't. Oh, I only cast half the ones. It was 20d6. Right, 10 turns in a minute, right?
Yes.
So 37 plus another 10d6. And another 2 1s. 39 plus 37, 60, 76 hit points back. All right, I am feeling a little better, a little more comfortable now with 84 HP.
Nice.
Let's see what these guys want.
as you exit this like tower within Aurora's realms and you headed through the shop, the attendant who's there waiting for you says, "Ah, welcome, welcome. It's a human woman. Um, she's a little darker skinned. She has what appears to be sort of like angular clothing. Like the shoulders don't have shoulder pads, but more like shoulder points to them. Everything's a little like it's. I'm trying to go for like a slightly sci-fi look here with this individual. As she greets you, she goes, "Welcome to the Aurora's Realms Rock of Brawl branch, newly opened. You are the Roosters. Our typical adventurers that we would hire for a place such as this, specifically the and they have a name, specifically the men of war, are unavailable at this time. My understanding is that they're in a different wild space than the realm space that the Rock of Brawl currently inhabits. That said, the contract is an interesting one. On a different planet in a different realm space, a place that goes by the name of Oerth, there is a crashed ship, and we would like you to retrieve the helm of this ship. The technology in this vessel is said to be of an advanced nature, unlike Faerun or some of the other places where we currently work. And well, my understanding is it would give us the ability to create a brand new vessel. So if you would be so kind as to retrieve this for us. She looks at you.
You want
What's
us to
it- what's-
go retrieve a spaceship for you?
No,
What
no,
do we
no,
get
no.
out of the deal?
Not a ship itself. We would like you to simply retrieve the helm on such a vessel.
Yeah,
Which
like,
is
scratch my head like
Yeah.
we
what is the helm exactly?
Yeah, we're not space
Should we
travelers.
roll
might be
for
a little more
this?
specific.
She looks at you all. Oh, is this your first time to the Rock of Brawl?
Yeah.
Riku
it's
nods.
Yeah.
This place is cool. Looks around.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And she grabs a like a map basically. So one, you guys get the map of the Rock of Brawl. Two, she pulls up look, we should talk about realm space for a moment. And she pulls up this diagram that she has sort of on the side of a counter ready to go. This is the Astral Sea. You know what that is, yes?
Riku kind of like takes his hand and like puts it flat and shifts it back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard stories of it.
Oh, okay, let's go backwards. And she begins to like rustle through papers, and like try to figure out, oh, should I show them this? No. Let's look at this. No. Give me a moment here. Let me see if I can find the right thing for this. And here we go. The planes. Let me find where I hid these, because I've got a number of views of the planes. Let's drop this one. Ah, yes, this one will work. And she goes, okay, this is a diagram of the planes. You are on, and she like points on here to the material plane, which in this diagram is material plane. You guys see it pointed out. Order of 3L. Oh, prime material
Here?
plane right here. So it's right here. The prime material plane, it connects to a number of demi-planes, the Underdark, or the Shadowfell, the Feywild, and it's all connected sort of with all these other things around it in a number of ways. All of that sits within the Astral Sea, and in the midst of the Astral Sea sits everything else. It's rather convoluted and difficult to explain. Here, let me see if I have another map. And she drops this like second map this time. Oh yes, this one's better. This one's better. Maybe the other one was an older version. Ah yes, the material plane. You can see that here. Shadowfell, Feywild, and oh wait, no, damn it, the astral sea's not on this one. And she goes, let me see if I can find. There's too many types of map for this. She gets rid of that one. I actually have
Maps.
like a number of them.
Int save from
Axel,
Axel.
Axel's brain hurts.
Was the astral sea like the space in between all the different planes, like the space in between space?
Kind of. And she's come on, where is it?
It's like in
Yeah.
Men in Black when they're playing with the marbles.
Marbles. That's a good way to put it.
Astral plane is the bag of marbles.
Oh, this is weird. Why don't I have a good... Oh, here we go. Here it is. Oh, no, that copied the same thing in. Why did that copy the same thing in? Sorry, I gotta save this image and do this a little differently. This one. And she pulls out this one, and she's like, ah, yes, this one will do. The astral plane holds together all the other planes at the same time. And she goes, you came from the material plane. All of realm space for that material plane envelops this and sits inside the astral sea. Does that sort of make sense?
Sort of.
Sure.
And she like points back to the other one. She's like, this is realm space. We're going to send you to this one, this wild space system. It's known as the O-Earth space. Have you ever heard of a place called Greyhawk?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Funny you say that.
Might have read a book about that place sometime.
Yeah, we may have heard of Greyhawk, yes.
Oh, interesting. Really, we know very little, as a matter of fact. So I mean, so maybe we picked the right folk. Supposedly, the Men of War, the other adventuring party that we've been working with so far here in Realm Space, apparently they're from O-Earth, but oh, I mean, this is good. This is excellent. Anyways, we'll send you to O-Earth, and yes, that's where the ship crashed. And basically, on the ship is a helm, and you saw the ships all docked down below, correct? When you were up in the tower.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are controlled by a helm, and a helm is literally just most of the time a chair. Can you? Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Some of you are magic users, right? She like looks
Yeah.
across you.
I spin my new wand in between my fingers, and, like caress my staff of power. I know a thing or two about magic.
Oh, excellent. Then you would be able to control the helm. Only those with magical prowess are able to exude their powers through the helm and therefore move a ship through the astral sea.
Oh.
I look at Riku and I'm like, dibs. I'm flying it.
Okay. I'll play music.
Well,
I'm a bard.
then I will speak with a number of others. How much time would you like to prepare for the trip between realm space and O-Earth space?
How long does it take?
My understanding is that it should take. Well, time moves differently. I mean, there is no time in the astral sea, as a matter of fact. Time here in realm space or O-Earth space passes normally. Oh yes, no, time doesn't change at all within the astral sea.
Oh, that's
The
convenient.
heck?
Are you asking us how much time before we want to leave, or?
Yes.
Oh, give us like what time would?
At least a good night's rest.
Yeah, we just need a like a good long rest, and then we'll be
A good long while for us to rest.
Without issue. And is there anything else that you would need?
Just for clarification, we're not going to Greyhawk, right?
I think we are.
Not the city per se, but sometimes folk have here on the Rock of Brawl know of the free city of Greyhawk for whatever reason.
But we're
Um,
going to the same, how do you say, planet?
Realm?
Yes. That is correct.
Okay.
Greyhawk Realm, yes.
Sure, it's good. The weather's good. Okay. Yeah. Well, just give us a long rest, and we'll be ready to go.
And if you have any supplies you could use to help us on our way, it'd be much appreciated.
So we're grabbing the chair from the ship. That's all we're
That's-
getting.
Yes, my understanding is that at the center of this vessel there was a supposedly an extra powerful helm, and the request that we have is for you to sail through the astral sea from one realm space to another, land on the planet, venture forth into the remains of this vessel, and take the helm and bring it back.
That sounds easy enough.
Yeah, this sounds like a pretty awesome sci-fi adventure. Sir Venom's getting all excited.
Oh, excellent! So you will take the You will take the.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, perfect.
But
And
what's the pay for this job?
commission on this one is 100,000 gold or 1,000 platinum.
Oh yes,
Ah,
that's
Sorry, 10,000 platinum.
that's pretty-
Damn.
yeah.
Interesting.
We can agree to this job.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we shall prepare the vessel on the morrow, and you have the evening to explore the Rock of Brawl as your will.
Oh, can't wait! Looking forward to it. Any particular sites you'd recommend us to check out while we're here?
Oh, I mean, the Rock has so much to see here. My recommendation would be to wander and strike whatever your fancy might be. I mean, let me see if I have. And she hands you basically this map that I'm showing you right now. This is the. I don't know why there's a tourism board, considering this place is run by pirates, but nonetheless, here you go.
I mean,
Oh, it's run by pirates. This place is so cool.
so I see there's like an arms. Right here, there's arms, mail and arms. Is that like armor and weapons?
Dreader's Mail at Arms is a mercantile who purchases arms and transports them for sale. Is the description on the back of the map.
Okay.
So he does sell weapons if you would like to
and
buy
here you go,
weapons.
Axel, exotic males.
That sounds like a questionable. Yeah.
Exotic males. If you need like a really fancy.
What are you trying to
coffee-
say?
So exotic male entertainers. What's going on here?
Nah. I don't even need a weapon or nothing. I'm trying to see
Yeah,
what.
There's a blacksmith over here.
There's a lot going on. It's overwhelming. This place.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
I'm-
you guys have any questions.
What does Vincent think about this place?
Vincent. I'm gonna put the other greater potion healing in my pocket just so we don't forget about it. 'Cause that one's still kind of floating around here. But I'll give it to him when he becomes aware what's going on.
Ballistay and catapults. Oh, there's a Griffin company up here, Vincent. And they have Yakuza.
Which one do you want to know about?
Did you see Arcane Warehouse, Sir Venom?
Yeah, should we go rob a warehouse while we're here before we leave?
Look,
How
where?
about that?
Yeah. I feel like if anything,
Ooh, and how about this? Just question marks?
how much of this, like, if we just picked a random building, I don't.
Yeah, you guys can. I mean, so let me make something clear. I have a 100+ page book that has all of this stuff in it.
Okay.
Yeah, tell us about the question mark place.
Question mark place.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one thing I may. That might be a little hard to figure out.
I'm curious about what is the fortunate prisoner?
106. Give me a moment.
64.
Sounds like a strip club.
So sorry, which one was that?
No, 64 is the fortunate prisoner right here.
Fortunate prisoner. Okay.
There's a lot.
There is a lot. Did I spell that incorrectly? Fortunate.
I think it says fortunate. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think it does.
That's where all the rich folks live.
Number 64.
I want to know what's up with the Royal Palace.
Why? So in this book, it literally goes from 63 to 65, and I don't know why.
You picked the one thing that he doesn't have information
Did
on.
you someone rip a page out of your book?
No, it's like really strange. It goes from number
I was
63.
PDF.
There it
which
says
is
64 with an asterisk. I don't know if that.
Oh, weird. Yeah, but like it. So fucking weird. Hold on.
They have a black staff.
Like it describes number 65, the Don Juan, and number 63 as town apothecary, and there's nothing between them. I wonder if it's because of the asterisk.
Yeah.
84 has an asterisk. Like a few things have asterisks.
Fortunate prisoner. That's so strange. I
Also-
wonder if it's like goes under a different name or something somewhere else in the book.
There's an elven forest. That's neat.
You want to go for a walk in the park, Riku? Hold hands?
I have a description of that, if you'd like. Perhaps the most beautiful place on the Rock of Baral is the Elven District, commonly called the Forest. It's the center of Baral, and it's a mystical grove of birch, laurel, ash, and oak.
Sounds pretty.
I mean, I'm a half elf. Half of me thinks that's cool.
Go to the
But I'm
shipyard.
thinking with his share of that 100K, he's gonna buy a house here. He's gonna get a house with a teleportation circle, and he's gonna have a space house, and then he's gonna buy a spaceship, and he's gonna fly it around because he knows.
Well, if you're
magic.
so interested in spaceships, why don't we go look at them? Riku says.
Oh, you really wanna?
Should we go to the
Shit, man, we
shipyard?
call it excited
Or
again.
where do we?
Yeah, let's
the
go. Let's
docks
go
or
look at the
whatever.
spaceships.
There is a shipyard.
Yeah, we'll go look.
Okay.
All right. You guys make your way through the Rock of Brawl street by street. It's a little bit of a rougher place, probably about as rough as Baldur's Gate, maybe a little bit rougher than that even. People don't really look towards you as soft targets decked out in all of your regalia and magical items. They generally give you a wide berth. You do see a couple of fistfights on your way through town, one between a Gith and a dwarf. Another between several Githyanki children, of all things, basically chasing each other, like stealing some food off of some carts as you make your way through the great market. After doing so, you make your way down to the shipyards, and you can see some strange ships being worked on. You see that as you approach the shipyards, there are some folks that are like looking because it's like sort of like down like a level. You can see these like stairs like lead down into the shipyards. There's some folks basically like standing along the edge looking at the ships themselves. And as you approach, you can see some folks talking about them. They're like, oh, I don't know. I think I like the Wasp better. And this other guy's like, no. I like the squid ship. And you can see that the squid ship is literally shaped like a squid. Oh, I don't know. That's too much like an autoloid to me. And I want nothing to do with these illithids. I think a hammer ship is more interesting. And it literally looks like a hammerhead shark has been turned into a ship. there are a number of different types of shapes of ships. Basically, anything that you can envision, from a space galleon to a squid ship to they have small ships, even like little windjammers, effectively turned into small little ships for like one or two people.
Ooh, do they
Space
have any
galleon sounds neat.
like bird themed ships?
Let me see.
Hey, what ships did you say?
Bird theme ships.
Yeah, bird
Oh.
themed.
Well, as you approach one of the boards describing the different types of ships that they build at the shipyard, they do make a Sparrowhawk ship. And it looks like its wings can actually like shoot forward or shoot back, and they oscillate between, here, let me show you a diagram. They can oscillate between what appears to be like an attack mode and like a speed mode.
Dude, how is there like pricing information?
All of the
Uh,
prices for all of the ships are inquire within. And that would be at the Royal Sailmakers of Brawl.
It is. How many people would fit on one like this?
Let's go. Let's just go to the sailmakers and see. They'll answer our questions, Riku.
Yeah. Let's go check them out.
All right.
Okay.
so he gets
You
all
enter-
excited and like pulls everyone with him.
You enter the Royal Sailmakers of Brawl, and as you head on in, you find yourselves in what is effectively like an architectural workers shop. There are a number of people working at desks with quill and ink. There's one individual at a front desk, and it looks like there's meeting rooms all about. You see diagrams of ships of different like some crazy looking non-linearly sort of like warped, almost like an infinity sign but made three-dimensionally and sort of like warped in odd ways. Like it's like a large diagram as like probably like a theoretical ship type. But the individual at the desk is a small gnome woman, and she goes, "Yeah, hello, how may I help you?"
Just curious about ship prices and whatnot.
Oh, potential buyers. Let me get one of our sales architects down here for your assistance. You may have a seat in the side office there, and you can see that there's like a table for probably about like eight people could fit around it, and you're guided into this
We
room.
need one of those books where we can look at all the birthday cakes.
Oh, of course. Here,
Yeah.
let me show you our general offering, and once there's a sales architect, I will send them over your way. Let me find Spelljammers.
Probably need a 6-seater.
Couple extra seats.
Yeah.
6-seater. Okay, so I don't know how well I can do this, but there are actually, you know what? I'm going to share my screen in the chat if that works for you guys.
Yeah.
Because I
Good.
think that's the best way to do this. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right. As you begin to flip through the catalog that they have on the table, there are a number of different ships. The first would be the Bombard. The next would be the Damselfly.
Where does it say how many people that hold? Oh, I see. Crew there, 4.
Does it say crew?
On the left side.
Oh, gotcha. The Fish Fly, or the Flying Fish Ship. Hammerhead. The Lamprey. There's a Night Spider.
What the hell?
There is a Scorpion-looking ship.
Ship.
Cool. They're all like some sort of animal theme.
This is a Strike Ship.
Oh, this one looks like it's bird themed.
Yeah, this is
It's-
similar to what we were looking at before.
Yeah, this one is kind of bird themed here.
How many? It says crew of 5 for this one, the space galleon.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
Although, sorry, these are for the crews on a lot of these are how many the weaponry requires.
Oh,
So if you look at the actual space galleon, crew is 20,
wow.
and ignore the costs; those are not accurate. So if you see costs in here, they will have different costs. Squid ships, Star Moth. This
Oh,
one's
there's-
pretty cool.
There's a turtle.
No.
Turtle ship.
No.
We might have to get the turtle in honor of Vincent.
The Tyrant ship,
Tyrant.
and then the Wasp. There are also, I feel like there are smaller ships. So like the Wasp is almost made for like one person, I'm pretty sure. The Damselfly ship. Crew says 9, but like there are like small little like fighters as well, if that's something you would like. Oh, I think we lost Vincent.
You think he's finally snoring?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh God.
just gonna mute him. Yeah, there are like Spelljammer fighters as well, but they don't have these like listed necessarily in the book actively at this time. And that would be for, you basically have to have a ship to have a fighter.
Nice.
Hmm. Okay. There's a lot of options here, boys. A lot of options.
Somebody finally arrives and they're like, "Well, I see you've been perusing our catalog. Does anything catch your eye, gentlemen?"
So here's a question. These ships, how many people does it take to man them, like to actually fly them?
Oh, well, to actually fly them, I mean, and actually, let me unshare this just for now. To actually, where is it? Standard crew complement for spelljamming ship includes 1 captain to give orders, 1 spelljammer to pilot the ship, and that was like the thing that Sir Venom was saying that he wanted to do. And then most other ships just require crew as troops or backup spelljammers or whatever else you might want on the crew. But to just fly it, it's basically like really just like 1 person. If you really got down to it, like you just need 1 person at the helm as a spelljammer pilot.
Okay.
Okay.
And
We're,
what would
like,
we're
I was
looking
be
at
thinking, like-
something with room for 4 with a little extra room in case you want to bring some passengers.
Yeah, because I was just thinking like we should keep it smaller on the
and,
smaller side.
what would be if you were to say like the proficiency requirement to fly one of these ships?
Oh, I mean, to fly a spelljammer is a little tricky. You have to be able to use magic, and you must be able to use a spelljamming helm in particular. So the requirements are typically, and let me just double check this to make sure I have this right.
I feel like we're going to get one of those. So.
You have to attune to it.
Well, we have to fly one anyway to do this mission, but
Yeah.
we're thinking long term to get our own at some point. That would be cool.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
You don't come to a spaceship shop to just
Auto store.
look.
On Route 1 auto mile just perusing.
Be that guy that just shows. Can we go for a test drive of one of these things?
They sort of laugh at that. No, absolutely not.
Okay, that's fair.
Just a quick one?
All the spelljammers are made to commission,
Okay,
not
yeah.
to anything else.
All right.
So you basically just have to be able to attune to the spelljamming helm and you have to be a spellcaster.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sir Venom's got
That's
that
it.
covered.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I am quite good at casting spells.
And I'll be the
As
backup.
as for one of our smaller models, I think that the damselfly,
Mm.
the flying fish, they are both crews of 10 roughly, so definitely smaller in that regard. The strike, I believe, or the shrike, excuse me, is a crew of 11, up to a crew of 11, so smaller as well.
Just like the
This-
name of that one too.
Yeah.
It's one of our more popular models, I must say.
So I got a question.
Yes.
So, like, say we like the insides of one of the ships, but the outside, can we get like a special model for the outside?
Yes, don't see why not.
Nice. Yeah.
Sort
Okay.
of like if we
A
got
raven?
the strike, maybe this, but raven themed.
Let me see if we have a special one in one of our older catalogs. Let me take a
Yeah,
look.
that,
That
but
says
less
35 tons. And it says
that
14 to 35 crew.
we'll get a scaled down version, Riku, and but less cartoony. That, but less
Let me
like
see.
it's like someone took a bird and then a boat and we're just like
Yeah, that looks like it was AI made.
not even.
No, that's from the original like
Yeah.
2E, like the original Spelljammer stuff from like the
Yeah.
1980s and early
Yeah,
90s.
don't say it looks like. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Let me double check something.
Someone got really high and was like, "What if there was like a bird and a boat, and they combined them?" The other guy's like, "Oh yeah, it's awesome."
I think the best one I could do for you is probably
You know what
No,
Silverhawks are?
Another strike picture.
Ooh.
yeah, that one's cool.
What about the strike? What does that look like?
The
the
picture
sh-
I just sent.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to that. The one
I
that
just-
I have is, let me open this photo and
I'll show
copy it
you.
in. There's that one, and then there's
See if I can find a good
Oh,
one.
here's no, it's the same picture. Damn it.
That is the same damn
this one.
picture. Hmm.
That's the Shrike.
I do like the strike.
Right here's
How many
in motion. Look at how sweet that looks.
is that the strike?
Yeah.
How many people is the max for the strike?
Max crew is 11. Cargo max is 20 tons. The armor class of it is 15, and it's got 250 hit points. It's got a damage threshold of 15, fly speed of 70 feet. It costs roughly 65,000 gold. Do a barrel roll. And it's basically 100 feet long and
I like the strike.
20 feet deep, I believe.
It's pretty basic. I think it would suit our needs.
I like it too. What was the other
Well,
one they were telling us about? The strike and the other like small medium ship.
Oh,
the Star Moth, maybe?
you mean not the sparrow, not the one that's above?
I mean, these are all options. All of these are potentials.
Starmoth is pretty sick looking.
Here's the Warbird. So like the striking hawk or whatever. Like here's the layout of that one. Let me see. Actually, let me see if I can.
Seems like a lot. He's big though.
Yeah, that looks like something Cisco builds in an episode of Deep Space Nine.
I'm seeing if there's like a rooster or chicken Spelljammer.
The reason the strike was so appealing to me is because it's like the right size for us.
Yeah, is that the star moth you were saying?
Yes, you can always get, you can always get any of these ships, and you can have them as they are, or we can try to create like a pared down version of it, smaller version of it, if that's like something you wish to.
How much?
Shouldn't-
How many people does the Star Moth fit?
The Star Moth fits a crew of 13.
Oh, so it doesn't even fit that many more people than the Shrike.
It does have 10,000 or 10 tons extra cargo space. It
Yeah, this-
is significantly hardier.
Yeah, this
It
is
is slower.
this is a girthy ship, right here. Like so, the Shrike seems more agile, more maneuverable. This would be more of like a cargo, like a hauler.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like a semi truck versus like a fucking like an electric, like a Tesla.
The price of this one is, let's see, 130,000 gold
Yeah, it's
pieces.
double the price. So there's that other part to consider. We are rich, but I don't know if we're that rich.
And how much was the Shrike?
65, I think he said.
65, yeah.
Okay. What about Oh, I can't paste that because it's too big.
Which one?
Or is it the Man of War class Spelljammer?
The Man of War class Spelljammer. I don't know. Is it this? Oh, this is an old one. Give me a moment. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, I think that's the squid ship nowadays.
And I do like that. I gotta say, the other thing I do find appealing about the Star Moth is that it has a whole battle deck. The other ship doesn't have that.
The squid ship would cost you. Squid ship would cost you. $81,000 gold.
Wow. What's the warp speed on these bad boys?
So the squid ship can go 30 feet. The Shrike goes 70 feet, and the Star Moth goes 50.
They're pretty slow.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Well,
fellas.
the Shrike going 70 isn't that bad.
We
It's like
can always
the speed of a horse.
we can always like soup it up over time too, like buy like better armor, better weapons and stuff as we loot and pillage the countryside.
Yeah, let's just time
The
travel.
space countryside.
Let's figure a way to do a time travel so we can get to a time period when they have faster ships.
What's wrong with going that fast?
What, 70 feet?
It's either that or we don't go across the astral sea, right?
No, I mean, wait, we don't have to buy our ship to go do this mission, do we? We're
No,
transportation's
you are going
provided.
to. Yes,
Okay.
there's a space There's a space galleon owned by Aurora's Realms, and they will be
Okay.
using
But
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
after this, if we want to do other astral sea stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Sir Venom 100% wants to buy a ship.
we're at least going to commission one
Yeah,
before we leave here.
I'm hoping we can get one for free or find one to salvage and do it that
Yeah,
way.
we're just like we're
And
doing
depending-
like the initial research right now.
So think about this too. Depending what happens with this mission, if we come back successfully, whatever new technology Aurora's Realms comes up with, maybe they can test it on our new ship that we're about to
Yeah.
fucking commission.
Ooh. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
This took a wild turn. Like,
You didn't think about that from the start when they started mentioning new technology?
oh,
I thought about maybe
I'm
stealing it.
yeah,
Well, that's always on the table when we're doing a Aurora's Realm mission.
yeah.
But I feel like I don't know. They're like our buddies. I don't.
Yeah, we built up a good relationship that we don't do
Yeah.
that.
Either way, like we got 100K gold coming in after this job, plus like the gold we already have, stuff we could sell.
I mean, assuming we're gonna do this mission. There's no chance
Yeah.
we're gonna survive it because we kind of fucked this. I'm pretty sure we're going to a place we fucked up.
Oh, yeah, shush, Axel.
I don't know. Well, you know,
I don't know
I'm
what
going
you're
to tell
talking
you the
about.
irony there to begin with. Guess who sent us to where the portal that went to Greyhawk? Guess who sent us there to begin with?
Yeah, it was
Aurora's
Realm.
Realms.
Yep. So we're coming full circle here.
Yeah, they're gonna have to take it out with the home office.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
All
technically
right.
their fault if you think about it. You
Don't
know,
tell
we're
me what.
just-
Don't tell me what
we're
to
merely
think.
tools.
Don't tell me what to
We're
think.
merely
I'll
tools.
think whatever I want.
Okay.
On that note, I'm going to say we'll wrap it up here, and next time we will pick it up with you guys traveling from realm space to Earth space, where you take on one of the most classic D&D adventures that exists called Expedition to the Barrier Peaks.